black people's role. You can still see that when you go down to Mississippi. In the rural areas, people on the porch, you know, driving down the road, waving, braiding hair, mother and the daughter between, you know, classic black culture, that's called the deep structure of black culture, which has given us all these wonderful, intangible gifts that we don't understand, really. African America, I think, among the richest people on earth, with intangible culture. Not this, the long-lasting culture is made up of parts you can't pick up and eat, you can't touch, you can't taste, but it transcends time. You get it? I mean, ancient Greece is gone. So many other things are coming, but the knowledge base of the things that are intangible is more important than the Empire State Building. You follow me? Mm-hmm. So we think of culture as material culture because this is what it is. It's outward-oriented culture. Emphasize materialism, what Dr. King called excessive materialism, which may bring about the death of this country. You know, you can overdo anything, you know, and kill yourself from eating good food if you eat too much of it. And we're in trouble now because of that excessive materialism. But intangible culture operates different. That's the spiritual side of people, psychological side. It's your songs, and your music, and your poetry, and your folk tales, and your medicine that heals without going to a doctor. That kind of stuff. A lot of that is still with us. We don't recognize it because a lot of it's African. It's left over from Africa. So the real problem for us is to try to discover and understand what it is that's left over from Africa. Called African retentions by anthropologists. Hello, how are you? I'm fine. Let me see if my anthropologist is right. Sahel, Sudan.
Sudan, yeah.
Okay. Dinka? No. Nuba? No. I know the name that I ran out of. Which one are you?
Lokoya.
Lokoya.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I know a little bit about that part of it. Because Africa has been a part of my studies for years. And I try to identify people culturally, ethnically, not tribally, but ethnically. Ethnicity is the way you behave. It's a manifestation of culture. It's not race. Okay? People say, it's not race. The way you behave is not your race. It's your ethnicity or your culture. Your nose does not dictate the way you talk. The shape of your nose. It doesn't have a thing to do with it. Nose is biological. Culture is what you learn through time and space. That related to what I was talking about. The whole thing of intangible culture. That I do things that my grandmother did. Unconsciously. Talk, use phrases, and so forth. Motor behavior, physical gestures. You can see that. If you're old enough, you can see that. When young people think they're doing stuff that they invented, no, they discovered it unconsciously. It's already been here. You understand? Because that's what culture is. Culture is those ways of life that are learned, shared, and transmitted from one generation to another. While it always changes, it also remains the same. You get it? Or you wouldn't be coherent as a people. Things change, and then they remain the same. You get it? I mean, there's always something old and something new. The culture is a handmaiden of history. It's like two hands. You can't have one without the other. One grows out of the other. So history informs the present. Yes, it does. That's why you know who you are. If you did, or some people don't know who they are. They lost track of history. History informs the present. And if you're conscious of history, you learn how to use it. It's not something that you dwell on, oh, we were great. No. What happened? What were those people short of? You know? We need to let that lay low. But what are their strengths? What are these things that they left that were worth embracing and keeping and improving on? That's what history is supposed to be. It's not just a set of dates and which king defeated that king and which general beat this general and which president issued this policy. That's not. That's called as part of history. That's political history of the state. You know what the government did. That's not all of history. It's social history. You know, I mean, social history is you know, a Negro coming into baseball, coming into the NFL. That's important. You know what I'm saying? It's changed a lot of stuff. You know, when I was coming out of college, you look at the NBA, you know, same number of people, 15 on a team, something like that. One black guy on one end of the bench and another on the other end. That was it. That's called tokenism. They had a quota system. Couldn't have more than 3. Now, the world that you come in, you think basketball is black, you know. Now the white guys on one end and the white guys on the other end, and all the players are black. 75 to 80% of the players are black. That's history and culture. Now the culture that basketball players